Welcome to today's gentle seated yoga stretches class. This is a beautiful practice that you can perform whenever and wherever to help you reconnect with your inner peace and well-being. Throughout the duration of today's practice, we will be integrating a mindful appreciation of the breath to help us firmly establish ourselves in the here and now. So when you're ready, find a comfortable seated position. Close the eyes, elongate the spine, soften the shoulders, and begin to feel the connection between the body and the earth or your yoga mat. From here, walking your right fingertips out towards the edge of the mat, lowering your left ear towards the left shoulder, feeling a beautiful stretch along the right hand side of your neck. And if you'd like to take it further, you can raise your left arm, bend the elbow, and place your left palm behind the outer edge of your head, using the weight of your arm to guide your neck over to the left. Chin to left armpit, chin to chest, inhale, center, beautiful work, roll the shoulders back, and this time lowering the right ear towards the right shoulder, maybe walking the left fingertips out towards the edge of the mat, finding your variation of this stretch, softening the facial features, unclenching the jaw, and really noticing how this posture feels for you. Noticing if you are present in this posture. Chin to right armpit, chin to chest, inhale, center, great work. On your next inhale, raising the arms skywards, joining the palms together. Exhale, palms to heart center, twice more. Warming up the shoulders and the arms, mobilizing the spinal column. On your next exhale, bending the torso to the right, lowering onto your right forearm as you raise the left arm overhead. Noticing the stretch on the left-hand side of your torso. Keeping the left sits bone connected to the earth. Inhale, center, relax the shoulders, and we'll take this lateral spinal flexion on the other side. Broadening across the heart space. Feel yourself releasing any tension. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend to the right. Scoop the chest and the arms forwards and around as you come up into this stretch on the other side, creating some half moon shapes, some half circular motions with the torso, with the arms. Guiding the breath to any regions of the body where you are feeling sensation. And mindfully raising the torso, placing the palms on the knees, and we'll come into a variation of a seated cat and cow. Inhale, broaden across the heart space, gaze up. Exhale, curl and round, chin to chest. Separate the shoulder blades a few more times. Finding your cadence. Using the breath as your guiding force. You might like to create some circular barrel-like motions with the head, the chest, and the neck in one direction, and reversing the direction. Returning the torso upright. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, palms to heart center. Great job. Keeping the right leg crossed, we'll extend our left leg out on a diagonal, grounding down through the left heel. The left toes and the kneecap are facing skywards. Inhale, raise the arms skywards. Exhale, pivot to the left, placing your palms on either side of that left leg, either staying upright or, if you have the mobility, maybe hinging forwards from the hips and beginning to guide your chest and your belly towards that left leg. Perhaps lowering down onto the forearms. And you might even like to rest your forehead atop of your shin or your knee. Feeling a beautiful release around the upper back. Perhaps the hamstrings and the calf muscle of that left leg. If you're in a forward fold, placing the palms under the elbows, and we'll gently unravel the spine, taking as much space and time as you would like. Crossing the left leg, guiding the left heel towards the right glute, extending the right leg. Inhale, raise the arms, pivot the torso to the right. Exhale, forward fold. Find your variation of this revolved head to knee pose, Parivrita Janu Sirsasana. Inhale, raise the torso, maintaining an inner state of peace and tranquility throughout the transitioning of these postures. And from here we'll come into bound angle or Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees splay wide, softening the outer glutes, the inner thighs, the hips. And you might like to come into a forward fold here, or alternatively stay upright. Lean into your energy levels for today. Gently returning upright to a seated position. Beautiful work. From here, placing the soles of the feet on the earth, knees facing skywards, we'll begin to lower the knees to the left and to the right a few times to release any tension from the outer hips, using the palms to support you here. From here we'll come into a seated wide-legged forward bend, so extending both legs out on a diagonal, grounding down through the heels, engaging the quadriceps, maybe staying upright, or maybe coming into a forward fold. This can be a really challenging posture for anyone who stores a lot of emotion and tension along the back of their legs or in the inner seams of their thighs. So be compassionate. Know that this is a practice, and the more often you show up to these challenging postures, the easier and more fluid they will become. Trust yourself. Trust the process. Return to your inner state of peace and well-being. Great work. Gently releasing from this posture. We will now come into double pigeon or fire log pose. So crossing one shin on top of the other, keeping both feet flexed, toes facing forwards. The hips are squared. Maybe staying upright, or maybe folding forwards. This can be a really intense outer hip and glute stretch. So respect your possibilities for this day. Know that there might be imbalances between both sides of the body, and that is okay. Perhaps it's an invitation to invite a little bit more mindful movement into these sensitive regions. Mindfully raising the torso, placing your palms behind you under the shoulders, returning both feet to the earth and perhaps finding some gentle movement with the knees and the hips here. When you feel centered, we'll set up for double pigeon on the other side. Raising the torso, great work. Again, placing the palms behind your shoulders and maybe finding some internal and external rotation with the hips, moving the knees from side to side. From here, we'll turn to face the short edge of our mat, coming onto all fours, big toes together, knees apart, and setting up for child's pose, Balasana. Guiding the sits bones towards the heels, extending the arms out in front, giving yourself permission to soften. On your next inhale, grounding down through the palms, we'll glide our torso forwards as we lower down onto the belly, extending the legs, setting up for sphinx pose, Salamba Bhujangasana. The elbows are underneath the shoulders, fingertips are facing forwards, and you might like to take a moment to look behind you and ensure that your ankles, your knees, and your hips are aligned. Making an effort here to open the heart space, roll the shoulders back, and pressing down firmly through the tops of the feet and the pubic bone to really help you elongate the spine, relax the glutes, maybe closing the eyes. Placing the palms under the shoulders, extending the arms, bending the knees, and coming into child's pose, Balasana. Inhale, ground down through the palms, rise up into a tabletop position, and we'll set up for Pigeon pose Kapotasana on the right hand side. So, guiding the right knee towards the right wrist and guiding the right ankle towards the left wrist, keeping the right foot flexed. If possible, keeping the right shin parallel to the short edge of the mat. If this posture is feeling particularly challenging, you can always guide your right heel close to your left hip, maybe staying upright or folding forward. If you notice that your right hip is elevated, your right glutes are off the mat, you could always roll up a small towel or a blanket and place that underneath to help you stabilize the pelvis. Allow yourself to embody the softness of this posture. Returning the palms under the shoulders, extending the arms, transitioning through tabletop. One breath here. You might like to circle the hips and the shoulders in one direction and the other, releasing any stagnant energy from around the hips. And when you're ready, taking your variation of Pigeon pose on the left. Beautiful work, raising the torso, taking any organic movement here that feels good for you. And we'll come into child's pose, our final relaxation for today. Lengthening the back of the neck, lengthening the spinal column, allowing yourself to return inwards and really receive the benefits of this nourishing practice. I invite you to pause the video and stay in child's pose for as long as you like. And when you're ready, keeping the eyes closed, mindfully working your way upright to a seated position, placing one palm on the belly and the other on the heart space. Feeling your connection to the breath. Feeling your connection to the eternal present moment. Thanking yourself for showing up today, recognizing your courage and your strength. May you experience true peace and joy. Namaste.